Welcome back to NBA Today. Now joining us with a developing story in the Eastern Conference, senior insider Shams Charania. Shams, what are you hearing about help coming Cleveland's way?
George, I'm told all-star guard Darius Garland aims to make his season debut on Wednesday against the Philadelphia 76ers. Remember, he underwent surgery to repair a big toe injury in June. He was slated to miss about 4 to 5 months in rehab. There was a sense he might be out until December, but his return is coming much sooner than that. He made tremendous progress in his rehab process, and the Cavs certainly need his offensive burst with Max Strus out a significant part of the year. And Jarrett Allen right now is trying to play through a fractured finger. Look at this, only 2 players last season averaged 20 points, 5 assists on 40% three-point shooting. Nikola Jokic and Darius Garland, he is set to return as soon as Wednesday.
Yeah, we saw those numbers with and without, certainly. Shams, you're the man. Appreciate you. Thank you as always. All right, let's move on to the Knicks. Karl-Anthony Towns and the Knicks undefeated at home to start the season. Hosted the Wizards last night. There's Cat. Second quarter, Towns on the drive and the finish. Gets it with the left. Later in the second, Towns backing down Alex Sarr. Sorry, young man.
Volleyball.
Yeah. Take another look.
French pastry.
Oh, come on, man. Closing seconds in the first half. Towns. A long three at the buzzer and one. 4-point play. Cat having some fun. In the fourth, Knicks in control. Cat drives. Throws down another one. A big slam. Cat finished with 33 points and 13 boards. Knicks get the win. They win by 17. Towns went for 33 points on 50% shooting in this one, both season highs. That's after he averaged 18 a game on 38% shooting in his first 6 games. Here's head coach Mike Brown on Cat's big night.
Cat was a monster. He was a monster on the glass. He was really good defensively. He was a monster inside, outside. You know, he's starting to feel and find his rhythm in what we're trying to do. And but I'm telling you, there's still a lot of room there to grow, not just for him, but for us to learn him, starting with me, and us to continue learning the different points or parts of what we're trying to do offensively.
I appreciate that, Coach, because he's on my fantasy team. So anyway, Knicks 4-0 at home to start the season, but 0-3 on the road under Mike Brown. David, what does the best version of this team look like?
It's the version where Karl-Anthony Towns is aggressive. One thing that Mike Brown is going to do is he's going to see a mismatch, and he's going to tell his player to go there and attack that mismatch. And last night, he said, Karl-Anthony Towns, go make Alex Sarr food. I want to go to that play in the second quarter that we showed earlier where he backed Sarr up into the paint, bully balled him, and put Sarr through the basket. Karl-Anthony Towns was 5 for 6 versus Alex Sarr in the paint, which means that when he saw him as often as he possibly could, he went into the paint and tried to get a layup or a dunk, and that worked out. This is the Karl-Anthony Towns that we need throughout the rest of the season. Not the Karl-Anthony Towns that put up 8 points against Giannis. He needs to see every defender and think that they have an Alex Sarr jersey for the rest of this season, because where he goes is where the team goes as much as Jalen Brunson.
I want him around the basket. I want him less around the three-point line. Last night, he 24 attempts, a third were from 3. We didn't show the first 3 attempts were all three-pointers. I think he just becomes so reliant on there. I know he's described himself as the best shooting big out there. Yeah. But as you could see, the dominance of him around the basket, similar like how we've talked about Victor a little bit here. When he's close there, you could see how good he could be.
Oh, yeah.
You know, why didn't we talk about the Bulls winning a championship when they're at 5-0? It's early in the season.
Well, the Knicks were also in the conference finals. So a little different.
I mean, but why are we so hard on the Knicks when they had a tough start? Yeah. We got to remember, like, Mike Brown just got there, right? Cat played in 3 preseason games. Josh Hart played in 1 preseason game. Mike is implementing offense that's more up-tempo. They're shooting a lot more threes. They're using a lot more players. I think Cat, what you're seeing is him just rounding into shape more. After the time he missed, you know, the preseason is so laughable in the NBA now. The training camps are so laughable. They need more time. So I think you're going to see players, star players like Cat, start to round into shape, play better, and I think Mike is going to get even more for this team as they get more comfortable with him.
And listen, I'm with you. Like 20 games is usually the benchmark when we start to really make real determinations about teams. I think that's a fair assessment to your point, Mark. All right, the Knicks bench, though, has gotten a big boost from Jordan Clarkson this season. He and Josh Hart go way back to their Lakers days. Take a listen on how they both describe being reunited in New York.
I don't really curse anymore, but amazing. I love JC, dog. JC, he's a professional scorer, man, so we want him to go out there and shoot the ball. We want him to be aggressive. We want him to play his game.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I think he got a good paycheck, so he's a little bit more. Nah, he's been the same guy, man. Brings a lot of energy. Does everything you ask for. Like I said, he's a winner.
All right, next up, Jazz Celtics. Jason Tatum out there helping his team, rooting them on. So Jaylen Brown backs this man down, spins in the lane, finishes strong with a one-handed layup. We go to later in the third. Jazz up 63-61. Keontae George fading away from 25 feet, buries it. Tough shot from George. Utah building momentum. Keontae with 31 points. It's 21 in the second half, by the way. Down to the final minute.
Foul.
Uh-oh. Yep, Jaylen Brown dives, makes contact with George. No whistle. Jazz take it the other way. Lauri Markkanen gets the lay-in. Ooh. Utah takes the lead. And Jaylen not happy.
Is that a foul?
I don't. It looks it, but when you slow it down.
It looks like they need to wipe the floor better.
All right, George brings it up. Nurkic rebounds, puts it up, and it's good. Yusuf Nurkic with the putback at the buzzer. Jazz win 105-103. Celtics 3-5, tying their worst 8-game start over the last 15 years. Here's Jaylen Brown after the game.
Man, y'all gonna get me fines because you can't have a mistake like that as an official at that point in the game. It's fourth quarter, it's a minute left in the game or less, and you completely, the whole staff blows the call. You know what I mean? Cost us a game, like unacceptable. You can make mistakes at any point of the game, but right there, that wasn't good. That wasn't good. It's unacceptable. And then they telling me like, oh, like we didn't see it. Like how none of you see it? You can't trip somebody in the fourth quarter and then just be a no call. It's some bullshit.
Well, hopefully he doesn't get fined for his sake. The Celtics make and take the most threes this season, but they haven't actually been really efficient in regards to that, shooting just 31% on threes. That's second to last in the NBA, behind only the Indiana Pacers. Here's a look at the East standings 2 weeks in. Celtics are down at the bottom, while the Bulls and Sixers are tied for first, just like everybody expected. These two teams face off tonight in Chicago. So let's bring in Jamal Collier, who's at the United Center ahead of tonight's game. Jamal, Chicago 5-1 out of the gate. Very simple question. How real is this?
I mean, Sedano, they got something here, and it boils down to the fact that they have an identity. You know, the last 2 years, they've had this Zach LaVine, DeMar DeRozan focused team that really got ISO heavy and slow, and they've revamped this roster now to be much more younger, much more athletic. They are playing at a frenetic pace, and they are really kind of an egalitarian offense built on ball movement and passing. Josh Giddey's at the helm of it, but they've got 6 players averaging in double figures. They press teams on full court, and their assist numbers this year are the best through 6 games in franchise history. But over the past 30 years, it's some of the best assist numbers that we've seen for any team in the NBA. 4th among teams in the past 30 years. The other teams on that list, the Golden State Warriors of last year, obviously famed for their ball movement, and the Indiana Pacers of 2023-2024, when they were just starting to break out, made the in-season tournament finals that year. And that's kind of the model that the Bulls are trying to emulate. I asked Billy Donovan before the season started about the Pacers and what he learned from the run that they made to the finals. And he said everybody talks about their pace and the way they get up and down on offense, but it's the physicality that they also had on defense. And the Bulls right now have a top 10 defense to go with the way they've been running. They're going to be tested tonight. It's still early, and the Sixers are also off to a great start, and they should be close to full strength as well. Jared McCain is probably to be back in the lineup, and Joel Embiid is not on the injury report. So it should be a good matchup of some surprising teams here in the East so far.
Yeah, Jamal. Billy D's got those guys balling. Thank you for the time, as always. Ja and company at home. Let's start in the fourth quarter. Less than 5 minutes to go. Grizzlies on the break. The lob there to Ja from Vince Williams Jr. Let's take one more look. Morant with 18 and 10. Grizzlies down 7. 20 seconds later, Cade Cunningham to Isaiah Stewart. Stewart had 26 and 14 assists. Pistons up 9. Under 3 to go. Pistons up 5. Cunningham on the drive. Pistons up 7 now. Little over a minute left. Pistons up 4. Morant guarding Cunningham. Cunningham hits the mid-range fadeaway. Pistons up 6. Less than 45 seconds left. Cunningham at the top of the arc. Step back after the jab step. Hits the 3. Cade with 33 points, 8 assists. Pistons beat the Grizzlies 114-106. Here's Ja after the game.
You feel like you got the same joy right now? Do you used to same?
No.
Why not? What can be done to get it back?
We'll see.
Do you think you have a good relationship with the franchise?
Yeah.
In general?
Yeah. They told y'all that, right?
I didn't say anything about that.
If I had a good relationship, I wouldn't talk to him at all. So, man, we got our combos over these.
Do you have any regrets about the way you played on Friday night in the second half?
You said what?
Do you have any regrets about the way you played in the game? I'm not talking about the.
That's your home run question? Sound like a bait question.
Okay. It doesn't sound like everything is behind Ja and the Grizzlies necessarily. What should the next step be in Memphis in this relationship, Mark?
Prayer. Lots of prayer. Talked to a couple GMs who told me, like, last summer, every player on the Grizzlies was available for trade. That includes Ja and Jaren. Certainly curious to me that the Orlando Magic were able to make a trade with the Grizzlies. They got Desmond Bane, which made it apparent that they could have got Ja Morant and decided not to. 40 execs I talked to today said they really have no interest in trading for him. One said it was because it's a combo of contract and off-the-court issues. Another suggested that if Ja is traded, it'll probably be a problem star for a problem star. A couple of them also said that you need the right coaching staff to have such a mercurial star as him. And I asked one current NBA coach if he would like to coach Ja Morant, and he's not. And he said, I'm not sure I'd want to.
Well, I get PTSD when I hear the word joy, because I feel like a year ago we talked about Jimmy Butler and joy, and I just think we're in this constant evaluation. Teams look at the first 20 to 25 games as this evaluation period. Players rarely get traded in the month of November, and I think that's going to be the same thing as far as how we look at this Memphis team and the Ja Morant relationship, and we're basically at a crossroads as far as the team and the player. Do you have to pick between the player and the coach?
Right.
Well,
you just fired a coach 6 months ago.
I mean, you're going to do that again here?
Yeah.
Is this going to be a Ja thing, though? Do you see him possibly being put aside like Jimmy was with the Heat?
I don't think so. I mean, I think the body of work, what he does on the court, I thought the effort was a little bit better last night, 18 and 10 here. But you look at their schedule coming up, they got Murderers Row coming. They've got an extremely difficult schedule. So keep an eye on Memphis. It was going to be a storyline anyway, and it certainly ignites it a little bit here.
David?
Yeah, this is a basketball versus a non-basketball story that we have here. From a basketball perspective, it does not make a lot of sense for Ja Morant to be with this team, and it's also hard to trade this guy. You're looking at a guy who should be entering his prime, who is worse at most of the things that you wanted him to be good at: finishing around the basket, drawing fouls, leading an offense, staying healthy. These are things that you're worried about in keeping him and also worried about in trading him. Add in the fact of what this dude actually means to the city of Memphis, the infrastructure, what they have built around Ja Morant as a spectacle, how little the tickets cost last night to get into a game at the current state of the Grizzlies. And you have a situation where the Grizzlies and Ja Morant kind of have to figure this thing out somehow. So when Bobby says you got this 20 games thing, I mean, these are crucial 20 games. We have to figure out what you're going to do with this dude in the future. But it's hard for me to imagine outside of basketball how you can move this dude.
Yeah, it'll be certainly something to keep an eye on, as we like to say.
NBA